innovative ways to share her message, like the creation of the first annual speech crawl in 2014 and incorporating her singing and acting background with her speaking style. Leslie is going to get you to stop shoulding on yourself. She will give you the tools to achieve success from your current reality in all areas of your life. Stop shoulding on yourself. Stop shoulding on yourself. Please help me welcome Advanced Communicator Silver, confident leader and qualified speaker, Leslie Poe.
Today, I'm going to get you to stop shoulding on yourself. But first, I'd like to share a story. Hope called Patsy to see if she was coming to her party. She told her to follow the directions on the invitation to the letter, because if she didn't, she would end up in the towns of should and if. Patsy felt her intelligence was being tested. I've been to your house before and I know how you live. Hope replied, I know, but lately people have been getting lost, so be careful. The next day, Patsy headed out like she always had before, without looking at the directions. Now it had been a while since she had been on this trip, and the roads seemed a little different. Patsy kept driving, and while she was fussing, she missed the sign that said, should, population 2. She did notice, though, 2 little women, so she decided to pull over for directions. One woman looked her up and down and said, honey, you should never wear that color. It is not becoming. The other lady looked and said, you should turn around because there's nothing ahead except another little town. Well, Patsy knew she was getting nowhere with these two, so she got in the car and decided to move on, and hopefully someone in the next town could help her. As she was driving, she saw a sign that said, if, straight ahead. So she thought to herself, if someone in if can give me directions, then perhaps I can get there before it's too late. Unfortunately, when she got there was nothing but a big giant sign with a plan for the town, but nothing was built there. Why is this happening to me? I'm so frustrated. I've seen home before. It's not that hard to get there. She took a deep breath. At the corner of her eye, she noticed the main road. She finally got on her path. When she got to her destination, she was in a foul. But she found a friend, and she said, I can't believe how turned around I got. It was so hard getting here. Hope looked at her and said, well, Patsy, did you look at the directions on the invitation? Patsy admitted that she had not looked at the invitation. So at that moment, she pulled it out of her purse. She looked at the invitation, and it read, you are cordially invited to the celebration of a new life. Stay on highway it is, and you'll never get lost. Your presence is the only gift necessary. The party will begin promptly upon your arrival. I look forward to celebrating with you. Hope turned to Patsy and said, see, you already had everything you needed. You just had to look. The moral, stop shooting on yourself, or you'll miss what is happening. When we are present in our life and we speak to our real truth, the real reality, we move to our destination faster. So how many of you can relate to Patsy every once in a while? I know, huh? Absolutely. We all can. But today I'm going to give you 3 tips to stop shooting on yourself. So, the first tip is you want to identify your truth. How do you do that? Well, that truth is that teeny tiny little voice in your head that you you ignore all the time because it says ugly stuff. You don't like what it says, and it's not fun. But that's your truth, and you ignore it. So listen to it. Take that time and absorb it. And you want to think about that in all 4 areas of your life: personal, professional, financial, and spiritual. Now, today we don't have a whole lot of time to go do. But I'm going to get you practicing right now. So we're going to take just 10 seconds. And granted, that's just a seed. I'm just planting a seed, but use this when you go back into your life. Don't try and get it into any one of the 4 categories. But right now, we're going to take 10 seconds of silence and listen to that little voice. And I recommend that you write down if you do hear something. But take 10 seconds starting now. How'd that feel? Some of you probably had a change in your body. You will feel the change when you start to feel it, but use this as a seed and identify your is and speak your truth. Here's the other thing about speaking your truth: it takes the power away. It won't have power over you anymore once you name it and give it a real place. But once you've done that, what do you do with that information? The second tip is to verify the top 3 motivators and the top 3 obstacles in your life. Notice anything interesting about this slide? They're both the same, right? Isn't it interesting that when you go and talk to someone and you say, so what motivates you? In my life, most of the time people say, oh, my family, more specifically my children. Then you go on and you talk to them about what their actual plans are. I want to go back to school, I want to start a business. Then you ask what their obstacles are. Well, my kids still need me. I can't move on. I'm sorry, I don't know about you, but I don't want my motivator to also be my obstacle. So speak your truth. You need to put that in the basket it belongs to. But let me give you some help on that. We've been taught as a society that obstacle is a bad thing. But ponder this. Would you agree that in order to get to Sunday, you got to get through Saturday? Okay. So by that logic, wouldn't Saturday be an obstacle to Sunday? Is Saturday bad? No. Absolutely not. So if you reframe your thinking and just think about that an obstacle is just a step to get to the next thing, it's not bad or good. It's just taking you to the next level. That's how you deal with your obstacles. Use that in your life. Again, speak your truth, because once you name it, it no longer has power. But now we've narrowed down our obstacles. We are going to need help because we can't do it alone. How do you get help? You build a strong bench. Every winning team has a strong bench. Now I was talking to a friend of mine, and my friend assumed that my mom was on my bench. Yeah, family doesn't get an automatic pass on the bench. No, because see, your bench is going to get dirty. My mom ain't trying to get dirty. She's not going to do that. No. So you want to make sure your bench is strong. You are the center of the bench. My mom, though, is in the friend and family box. They're close by. You want your cheerleaders close by, but you want the people that are going to get in the game and get dirty with you on your bench. And you want to have subs, because you know why? On any given team, people get injured, right? They move away, right? Sometimes we gotta cut some folks. Yeah. You need fill-ins. So always have some backup. When you have a strong bench, you can tackle anything. And make sure you're utilizing your resources to do that. Think about the top of your pyramid. The top of my pyramid is Yama and Debbie. That's my business. But I also use my resources, my hands-on mentors, the people that have guided me in ways I have no way of knowing to even ask for. That's what I look for. Read your resources. Look at the junk TV and look at the serious news. Be informed. Be the subject matter expert of your life. That's it. You have to be the SME of you. So let's review. Identify your what? That's audience participation. In all four pillars of your life. Identify top three what? And build a strong team. Finish team, same thing. That's all right, y'all got it. Okay. Well, now in closing, I'd like to have you just turn to your neighbor in either direction. Just turn to your neighbor. Go ahead and turn to your neighbor. I don't see you moving. Oh, that's good. There you go. And repeat after me. Stop.